This is a Yamaha wooden bass.
What? This is a bass? OMG. What's up?
Slappers.
When I say bass, what do you instantly picture in your mind? This? Me too. But today I just discovered something shocking. There are many other bass instruments other than this bass. OMG! And in fact, pretty much every instrument has a bass version of it. Obviously, the best bass is bass. But today we are gonna discover all the other kinds of bass in the world. We are gonna rate them on a scale of 1 to 5 bass. And we are gonna ask one question. Can we slap it? If yes, then we will accept it. Let's just slap into it. First, bass recorder.
Hello everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. So this is a bass or bassette recorder. This recorder is in F, just like the alto. It sounds an octave lower, but the difference is it's notated in bass clef. This is a Yamaha wooden bass.
OMG, very thick recorder here. I tried to find a bass recorder solo, but I couldn't find anything. Very sad times. It's a pretty cool instrument, but can we slap it? We can't. Not approved. 2 bass out of 5. Next, double bass. Double bass is basically a very big violin, but I have to say it, bass is way harder than violin. They told me you have to practice 40 hours per day to learn violin. Noobs. In order to learn bass, you have to practice 69 hours per day. Checkmate violin. Anyway, the double bass, also called thick bass, is the father of the electric bass, and it sounds like this. OMG, 5 out of 5 bass, because you can slap it. Checkmate other bass instruments. Slap like now if you want me to play the double bass. Ha! I got you. I already played the double bass. This was just a test to check if you were a real slapper. I'm disappointed. Go watch that video now, or I'm not gonna forgive you. Next, bass saxophone. OMG, this instrument is huge, very cool. This actually sounds epic. I would love to try it out. Slap like now if you want me to play the bass saxophone. 400 million likes and I will do it. Bass saxophone. 4 bass out of 5. Can we slap it? No, very sad times. You will notice in this video all the bass instruments we are gonna react to are just a big and thick version of the original instrument. So we can just call them thick instead of bass. Next, OMG, I just noticed 421% of you are not subscribed. Subscribe now so we can make it 420. Synth bass. sound. The most famous synth bass lines probably come from Michael Jackson's songs. Very cool. But can we slap it? Hell yeah. Epic. 4 bass out of 5. Next, we have the Octa bass.
There also exist 2 playable replicas, of which MIM has 1. So in order to play an instrument this size, the player just simply cannot use the normal technique. The player stands on a platform and then pulls on levers, which are connected to a mechanism that pulls down the string on a fret to change the pitch of the string.
And this instrument has been played by one of the best bassists. Epic. Can we slap it? Hell yeah. Epic. I renamed this bass Thick bass, and I rate it 6 out of 5 bass. Next, bass flute.
This is called a bass flute. I showed you the bore size on the alto. The bore size on this is considerably bigger than the alto.
Very big hole. Not enough bass sound to me. I need more bass. Sub-contrabass flute. OMG, did he just slap it? Very cool. 2 bass out of 5. Next, bass ukulele. This is a very cool instrument and it sounds like this. This is probably one of the best bassists I've ever seen, don't you agree? Anyway, can you slap it? Hell yeah! 5 out of 5 bass. Next, Serpent. Next, Contrabass tuba.
A bell on a normal tuba is around 18-19 inches. This one's just about 41 inches, so it's much, much larger than your average tuba.
It sounds like a helicopter on there, but...
Very thick, but we cannot slap it. Stronzi. 2 bass out of 5. So this was the last bass instrument. Which one was your favorite one? Leave a comment now. My favorite bass instrument is bass. So that was it. I hope you learned something new today. Remember to slap like and subscribe. And I will see you next week with some epic bass videos and anime bass me. Very exciting. OMG.